Hello and welcome to Project Art Now. Today's video is quite different but equally special. You saw it on the video title and it is true. This is a short interview to the one and only legendary queen of art, Vika. Make sure to subscribe and click on the little bell to get more content. Share your thoughts on the comment section. Also click on the like button. Now let's get right to the interview. Please tell us what is the story of Vika as writer and artist.
What's the story of Vika as writer and artist? I think I was born a natural storyteller. If I would have lived 500 years ago, I think I would have been the tribe's storyteller. And, I think I still resemble that place in society. If you would ask me, what's your story? I am the story. I tell the stories. I love the stories. Stories stand central in my life. I'm a storyteller through art, through writing, through movement. If I had the chance to do some art or something as a dancer then. I love music a lot. I love stories in lyrics and, I'm just a storyteller. That's just who I am.
I have admired your work for, I don't even know for how long, but it has been a while. And I have seen that over time you have worked on a great variety of art pieces and collections. And so I'd like to ask if every piece tells its own story or is it all one big story?
I have worked on a different variety of art pieces and collections. They do not resemble one big story because in the universe there are a billion stories to be told. So I would not create different pieces that come together in one story. Yes, I do create a collection, and yes, they all work together onto the same story, let's say. But it does not mean that if I do some illustration, it has the same story to be told as if I would create portrait art or if I would write a book. So they're totally separated from each other. I also take on lots of commissions lately, and there are other people's stories that I just put into illustrations. So they're also not every piece of art or illustration I'm creating is not always for myself. Sometimes they're for book covers. Sometimes they're illustrations in books. I also worked lately on this children novel. So not everything I create is a story told by me, which I'm really grateful for, because as part as a storyteller, you're not always at the scene. You're also working behind the scenes and holding other people's hand to tell a story together, which is also very beautiful. So no, every art that I'm creating is not adding towards one story. They're all different and unique stories to be told.
You wrote a book titled Human Alien. The reading experience is like no other. And this is just fact, not just me fanboying. Okay, maybe a little. But tell us, what's the story behind Human Alien?
Story behind Human Alien, this story never gets old. Here I go, going to tell the story. So imagine there is this woman, me, at this point. She is in a very difficult time of her life, and it's really hard to grasp the difficulty she's in at that moment as, someone who's living a okay life. But she is, and it's really hard for her at that moment, and she's looking for an outlet, and she was still in bloom all this time, and she did not know how to open up her petals until this moment. She's like, whatever I'm feeling, it's a little bit too much. I just need to open my petals. Then she takes her laptop and she starts to write one chapter. Is also the first chapter of Human Alien. But only writing that chapter wasn't good enough for her. She wanted it to be seen directly. She wanted to be heard, because one of the things that was really hard for her was the feeling and the comments that people told her that her voice never mattered. That whatever she had to say, nobody was really interested. So she was like, if I'm going to write this chapter, even if one person sees it, that will even be enough for me, but I just want someone to see it. And so she started writing this on a writing platform, and immediately she had this great audience, and she kept on writing every day. She came home, whatever she'd been through that day, drenched it in this big kettle of fantasy and just, send it into the world, and people were loving that. And she wrote like 120 stories, 120 short stories like that, and just having this big audience reading it at the same time felt like heaven to her. So one day she was like, and what if I put that in a book? And she had this amazing manager where she always can count upon. And, they walked hand in hand together and they published the book. Of course, the 125 chapters I wrote at that point were narrowed to around 90. But yeah, that's the story behind Human Alien.
Tell us about the characters in it.
The characters in Human Alien, actually, they don't really matter. Human Alien is not an 18th century or a 19th century novel. And, that's also what I bring. Like, I just don't want to write books anymore that already have been told by everyone into the same genre they used to be written 150 years ago, because we are not the same people anymore. I don't want to write the same book written 200 years ago and just implement technology into that. No, we are sad, we have anxiety, we're extremely happy sometimes, and we also have no time to read anymore. We have to be social, we have to work hard, we have to be on social media, we have to create, we have to do everything, and for reading is just, not always enough time. So that's why I created Human Alien, a book you can just open and just read 5 minutes, one chapter, and that's it, and just close it. And it's, how we feel. It's about anxiety, it's about sadness, grieving, extreme happy, love. Human Alien is not about characters, even though there is a main character that drags you through the story. We all need a red line, of course, but the feelings are central in this book.
As any good storyteller, I am sure there are plenty of stories inside of you wanting to go out. So this question seems redundant, but I'm going to ask anyway. Any new stories on the horizon?
Are there any new stories on my horizon? Oh yes, it is. After Human Alien, I wrote 5 more books, but they were just to sharpen my own writing techniques. Because if you're starting to write a total new genre, never written before, that's really challenging. But I just want to get better every day. Right now, I'm writing a Human Alien book, but also totally different, but also with the same philosophy, with the same feelings, but I'm really, really taking my time. I'm taking my time for so long. I actually really enjoy it. Whenever I feel I'm ready, that's when I'm writing the chapter. And I feel if it takes 4 years, it will take 4 years. But I also have this picture book, but I'm for grown-ups, but kind of poetry, very unique in its kind, that I just finished illustrating and total writing. So it's totally done. Super, super excited for it, because next week everything will get together, and then in September I will send it into the world, and I'm super excited about this. I can't just wait. I'm ready for it. It's a new project. It's a total new concept again, but I just can't wait for you guys to see it. It's called One Night in Limbo, and yeah, it's something different that I know.
As storytellers, we are constantly growing and finding our path, but a little guidance never hurts. On that note, what advice do you have for storytellers out there?
If I have any advice for storytellers, I would say explore the world and look for stories. But before you do that, explore your own universe. You have a story worth to be told. You have a billion stories inside of you. Be sad, feel the sadness, get out of that sadness, apologize, feel bad about apologizing, hit yourself in the face because you shouldn't have apologized. Get up and just, feel your feelings, know what you're writing about. If you're going to tell a story and you're going to talk about love, be sure that you know what love is, because, people know. People want to resemble to a feeling, so know whenever you're writing a story, make it believable. Also experience, into the matter of you can experience it. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Don't get me all crazy on this. But basically, yeah, that's all I have to say for today.
Now, there is only one thing left for us to know. How can we get more from Vika?
Also, if you buy my novel and you really enjoy it, just take some pictures, let me know. I love, love, love to see where my stories are, where my book is, of course. Come and visit me on my Instagram, say hi. Come and visit me on Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you there. I'll see you on the social media platforms then. Bye.
Well, that's it for this week. All of Vika's link will be on the description box. Please, show her some love. I am sure you'll enjoy her works. Again, 1,000 thanks to Vika for agreeing to this interview. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If so, please like and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Now, I leave you with 2 of my previous videos. Check them out. I think you'll enjoy them. Bye bye.